Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining in on a little special tea time with Father, and I'm glad to have Father Matt with us today.
Wait a second.
What?
We live in the same house. Why are we wearing masks?
Oh, I guess so. All
We don't
right.
need masks today.
We'll just do this. Okay.
That was silly.
So now, we're just having this special time here together simply because, Father Matt's so much smarter. He makes me realize I need to take off my mask because we're together. But we desire to wish you guys all a happy Thanksgiving. I mean, really, if we think about it, Thanksgiving for us Catholics doesn't come one time a year. It comes every time we celebrate Mass, because the word Eucharist in Greek means thanksgiving. So every time we are celebrating Mass, we are giving thanksgiving to God for all of his blessings. We're giving thanksgiving to one another, and as we gather as the body of Christ. So really, this one day of celebration in our country is fantastic, but it's amazing how we do this really every single time we celebrate the Mass together. So as we gather then every time for Mass and give thanks to God, but we also will gather here this Thursday to celebrate the great feast of Thanksgiving, because what a feast it is. If it's anything for my family, I just think of traditions and knowing that, we really can't all gather together during this time. And so that's really saddens, I know, my own heart. But I was just thinking, I want to share with you a kind of tradition that we would do. And of course, there would be always the turkey. There would be always all the sides and the fixings and everything. But one of the big traditions would be really the next day, when my mom would take all of the leftover turkey. She would make a special little gravy with it, and then make biscuits and make her own turkey kind of pot pie. And it was so good. So it's always, really, Thanksgiving is a 2-day event, because we have the turkey and everything. We know that's coming, and we just feast on it all day. But then what's left over, we know we get it the next day, and share in that wonderful goodness all over. But Father Matt, what would be your kind of...
We've got a couple.
Good.
When I was growing up, and we haven't done this in quite a number of years because we're all a little older now, but when we were growing up, I have a bunch of cousins, and we would get together at Grandma and Grandpa's house and play the annual Thanksgiving football game. And it really wasn't a game that you could win, but it was a game where you could get hurt. And so there was the annual tradition of usually me hurting one of my siblings. I said, we haven't done that one in a while, but I'm sure that they remember that and some not so fondly. but then, other than just the gathering together as a family, one of the the things that everybody's got to have, my brother, it's very important to my brother Chris that the green bean casserole is there.
I agree.
This year, Chris, he lives down in Oklahoma, he can't come this year, but I'm pretty sure that if Mom doesn't make green bean casserole, we're gonna hear about it. For me, it's this dessert my mom makes. I can't remember if she calls it 3-layer or 4-layer dessert. There's crushed nuts, and then some sort of pudding, and then mountains of Cool Whip, and you just put it together, and it's really good. And I cut a piece out, save it for everyone else, and eat the rest myself, right? But it's kind of interesting how at Thanksgiving, our tradition, we sit down at table together and just enjoy one another's company, and there's just something beautiful about that.
Very beautiful. And
yeah.
I love how you just put that in there, though, too, is that, it brings us right back to the Mass, that we come together so that we are meant to enjoy one another. And, there's times, too, though, you're wondering, we have those little feelings because of, in my family, we'll play cards. We'll get a little testy at that time, but we're still gathered around the table and everything like that. And we put those differences hopefully aside at some point, and we just continue to enjoy each other's company, which, when we come to Mass, we may have some differences with other parishioners, but we need to put those aside and seek to say, hey, we are gathered around the Lord's table. We are here to give thanksgiving.
He said, I'm the smart one.
No, it only came in because of his wonderful reference. So all of this is great. And so thank you for sharing your experiences, Father Matt. And we would love to hear from yours. Please share on our social media pages what kind of experiences that you've had throughout your lifetime of Thanksgivings. What have been some fond memories, and I know we'd love to hear from them. And have a blessed Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Be very happy, as it says, a happy Thanksgiving. And even though we may be spread far apart, let us keep lifting each other up in prayer, and especially in the Thanksgiving of the Mass, the Eucharist. God bless everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.